So let's talk arithmetic sequences and a common difference. This video is going to show you how to actually find those things and tell you what they actually mean. Let's start by talking about what a sequence is. A sequence is any ordered set of numbers or any ordered set of items. And what I mean by ordered, I mean you start off with you're either going from the smallest to the greatest, such as these ordered sets, or you can also go backwards and go from the greatest to the smallest. But there has to be some kind of ordered pattern that you can pick up on in a sequence. Now, once we have a sequence, we can start to establish a pattern and try to guess different things in the sequence. So we look at our first sequence here, which has these sets of blocks. Can you pick up on the pattern? If you can't, that's okay. We could try to draw this out. So let's go ahead and try to draw it out. So do you notice the pattern here? And you may not, and again, that's okay. Let's look at it. I notice when I look at this, on each one of these, I have sets of 3 blocks for each figure, and then a set of 2 blocks for each figure. And for each figure that I'm on, I have that amount of each one of those sets. And what I mean by that is on figure 1, I have 1 set of 3 blocks, 1 set of 2 blocks. On figure 2, I have 2 sets of 3 blocks and 2 sets of 2 blocks. And on figure 3, I have 3 sets of 3 blocks and 3 sets of 2 blocks. So what do you think will be there on figure 4? Well, let's sketch it out really quick. On figure 4, we're probably going to have 4 sets of 3 blocks. So we know we already have 1, 2, so that's 3 sets of 3 blocks. Add 1 more now since we're on figure 4, like this. And we'll probably have 4 sets of 2 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what I'm actually interested in, though, is this term that we talk about, which is called arithmetic. Arithmetic. The word arithmetic means to count. And when we count in math, we generally add or subtract. So the real question is, how many blocks am I adding each time? Well, if we look here, in figure 1, we have 5 blocks. And in figure 2, we've added a set of 3 and a set of 2, so now we have 10 blocks. And in figure 3, we add a set of 3 and a set of 2 again, so we're really adding 5 more blocks again. So now we have 15 blocks. And here in this figure, we have 4 sets of 3 and 4 sets of 2. But we've really added only 5 more blocks. So in that figure, we have 20. So as you can see, as we go through up the figures, we're going to add 5 blocks, a row of 3 and a row of 2. So we have a constant add or count that we're getting. We're going to add 5 to each one of these figures, right? So let's go to the next example, the next sequence, and see if we can do the same thing there. So here we have 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, and 25. And as you see, the values are increasing every time. And how much are they increasing by? Well, 1 to 4 increases by 3. 4 to 7 by 3. 7 to 10 by 3. 10 to 13 by 3. And so forth all the way through. So when you're out here at 25, what would be the next figure? Well, the next one would be by 3. So you would be at 28. And these ellipses in the back here mean to continue on forever. So the sequence keeps going on forever. Technically, it's an infinite sequence. So what we've done, though, is we've established that every time you increase in this particular sequence, you're going up by 3. And so you're counting by 3 every time. And again, this word arithmetic means to count or to add or to subtract, because that's what adding and counting is. So when we talk about this, then, the value that it's increasing by every time is called a common difference. It's called a common difference. So we have our common difference here. Our common difference for this first figure is equal to just 5. And our common difference for the second figure is equal to 3. And we're going to call that, from now on, we'll call that value D. So in this first one, D is equal to 5. And in the second one, D is equal to 3. So this is just an arithmetic sequence, an introduction to it, and what a common difference is. The common difference is how much are you increasing by to get to the next figure. And that value should be common or constant or the same. And we did only addition, but I could also do this with subtraction as well.